All right, fair use, non-spiral. Fair use YouTube. This is for criticism, news reporting, teaching, parody. And it doesn't infringe on copyright. Please contact the owner prior to making this copyright claim. Warning. Warning. In lies danger. Alright. Non-spiral. Let's cook. And we're digging on Tecumseh. We're going to take a second look. Because I got a question. Malachi chapter 4. Verse 5 and 6. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Most High. And he will turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to the fathers, lest I come and strike the earth with a curse. So we ask the question, has Elijah already came? We're digging on Tecumseh, and I'm going to bring in Con Drop, and we going to tag team. Pop off.
What is up, YouTube? Happy New Year. I am Jared.
Static in the Attic, y'all.
Welcome to my channel, Static in the Attic. I am about to show you the holy grail of truthers, how the NWO rose to power, all of it. And I'm gonna do this through.
We're digging on Tecumseh and Dragon Canoe. Your priest kings, right?
Documented official history. We're going to go all the way around the world. Guys, I'm already up to the cause of the civil wars in all the countries, the world wars, it all
No, Static in the Attic, let go.
ties together. And I'm going to show you how after 20 years of researching every subject under the sun, me spending 2 summers out here in the American Southwest looking for answers that I didn't even know the question to, spending hours staring at that ruined landscape, all this stuff that made absolutely no sense. I'm going to show you how the floodwaters opened up literally and figuratively as soon as I saw this map to explain everything that we see in the world today. I am not kidding.
Let go.
Now, look, let's just get into it. I'm about to explain why the Mayflower landed here back in the 1500s, and for 200 years, all the Western world was confined to this side of North America. And it's because there was a great civilization. It is documented. I have proof of how great the Native American civilization actually was. There was a great catastrophe in the time frame of 1812. That is when the NWO rose to power. Guys, it wiped out this whole area of the country, and I am going to prove it at the end of this video. First, we're going to go through country by country, explaining all of it. I'm going to explain why Manifest Destiny was so easy after 1812. The Western expansion was easy. These poor Native Americans were decimated by a great catastrophe.
You hear that? So-called Negro. Your takedown was very, very, Very recent.
Okay, so we've got earthquakes all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't got to the volcanoes, but let's go here. Tecumseh's Comet and the prophecy of the Black Sun.
Okay.
Can't make...
Rock with me now. We're going to walk the doggy. Because I asked a question. Has Elijah already came? A Prester, a priest king, a dragon king. And I'm going to prove that.
This stuff up, guys. So, his name ominously meant shooting star.
Shooting star. He who walks across the sky, huh?
Walks across the sky. Tecumseh's brother, who was a religious leader known as the Prophet,
huh?
Had predicted a solar eclipse in 1806. So this is what we're being told, is that this prophecy of the Black Sun was a solar eclipse. I haven't personally gone and checked the databases.
Come on, Static, man. You tap dance too much for me, right? When you first came out with this, it was cool, and 432 to drop, you know what I'm saying? Drop Nation, we dig on your material and stuff like that, your content. And now, you know what I'm saying, it's like we won't even know you. But appreciate you for this.
Of astronomical alignments, it needs to be done to see if there actually was an eclipse at the time. But the weird thing about this comet was the orbital period. Mm-hmm. Let me keep going here. This was also known as Napoleon's comet. All right. So as Napoleon marched into Russia with an army of 700,000 strong, the Great Comet developed a tail 100 miles long. Following
100 miles long. Let's go.
Initial victories, Napoleon overextended himself. At the invasion of Moscow, he ran short of supplies in the winter.
Word to con drop. How did they describe comets? Bearded with tangled locks and a tail. That's a dragon.
Proved unforgetting. Remember that for later. Hundreds of thousands have died while the comet performed frightening acrobatics by splitting in two. So this comet is up in the sky going nuts. And this last...
Splitting in two, huh? Okay.
I can't keep it still. It's got to be a plane. It's a firework display at the back of a plane. I've never seen anything like that before.
Up in the sky going nuts, and this lasted for months, guys. This was like almost a full year. I think it was 11 months. It was seen all over North America. That's where Tecumseh was. It was seen
X marks the spot.
All over Europe. That's where Napoleon was. And then it was seen all the way down to South Africa. This guy did his study, and he went through and detailed it off 984 observations. So comets in the sky and earthquakes. All right. Anything important here? All right. So look, I want you to look at this orbital period right here. All right. 3,069. Don't do that. 3,069 years. Okay. That's the official story. Okay, now my computer's just going nuts. All right, that's the official story right here, 3,096 year orbital period. Now, does that sound anything familiar to the Zecharia Sitchin Nibiru theory that there's a black sun that is on a 36,000 year orbit? It's off by 500 years here. This came through in 1812, and we're not taught about this. There were earthquakes all over the world, a huge comet in the sky, and volcanoes. So look, guys, the year 1816 is known as the year without summer, or 1800 and froze to death.
1800 and froze to death, huh? What happened in 1811, 1812?
Right here. The year without summer was an agriculture disaster. That's an understatement. It's the last great subsistence crisis in the Western world. Guys, this thing, not only this volcano, I just showed you earthquakes all over the place. These are other large volcanic eruptions with a volcanic eruption index of at least 4. 1809, 1812, 1812, 1813, 1814. And then this was the really big one. So those were big enough to do local damage in areas. And
now they're saying around about this time, a lot of volcanoes became active. And if you're digging on my content, then we know that volcanoes are actually what? Dragon caverns.
You know, volcanic ash blocking out the sun. And then the big one hits in the summer of 1816. A persistent dry fog was observed in parts of the eastern United States. The fog reddened and dimmed the sunlight such that sunspots were visible to the naked eye. Neither wind nor rain would disperse the fog. Guys, this was major.
Big time. And I ask a question. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet. Yo, we gonna dig on it, right? You know, it wasn't just, I'm starting to understand, it wasn't just Tecumseh, right? Whose name meant shooting star. He who walks across the sky. Panther across the sky. This is a Prester. You had Dragon Canoe. I'm thinking Tecumseh and Dragon Canoe are synonymous, right? Now, you're not talking about just one Prester. You're talking about a group of Prester. You're talking about Dragon Canoe. And I'm going to show you, right? The invaders, right? They call them the colonists, right? Who they was fighting. We call them invaders. Land snatchers. They referred to Dragon Canoe as Canacini, something like that, which meant what? Dragon.
Catastrophic times. So how did they hide all this? They divided the sciences.
Listen, man, it was easy for him trying to listen. What I took his research, right? And went off that. And I'm trying to tell you, man, the Most High made it easy for these motherfucking heathens to take over. We're talking the curses of Deuteronomy 28. You can't go against the grain. Now the Most High is coming back to deliver you, to bring you out of the land of your enemies. And how he's going to do it? He's going to do it this time himself. He's not going to send no more messiahs or presters. This is all we're talking about. Prester is messiah, anointing. Who got the glow? This time he coming back himself, right? How he's going to do it? With a mighty hand, with an outstretched arm, and with fury poured out. Let's go.
Different classrooms with different trains of thought. So when you're studying history, which I'm about to go through and show you how that every single country in the world, their official history shows a overthrow of their government.
You see that? Round about this time, you had different uprisings, right? Or civil conflicts, because when the Most High made it easy for these heathens to take over all across the face of the plain, right? Keep in mind the fires of the 1800s and the 1900s. I'm even questioning, what's the shit that just passed? Not Tuskegee, I get back to it. But what's the give me a minute. I gotta bring that up. All right, I'm back early in the morning, man. I gotta get my coffee in. Got some brain fog. Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm questioning that. Indeed, was it dragons, right? Because when I'm looking at the damage, right? The photos of the damage, they match the same damn damage of these fires popping off in the 18 and 1900s. Same shit. You're looking at destruction. You're not looking at fires. You're looking at explosions, right? I mean, talking about melting stone, rocks and shit. And we're going to get into it. Let's go.
The overthrow of who controls the knowledge, all in the same time period.
Right? Because once they started to take over, right, the people that survived, they wasn't with that shit. So that's why you had the civil wars popping off all over the face of the plane. We're talking about a whole fucking reset. This is what allowed these motherfuckers to step in and take control and start their new world order. No doubt about it. Pop off, drop.
Tecumseh, dragon canoe, often called Tecumseh of this.
Now I'm getting from the research, right, that they're saying that these are two different people. I don't know. I'm starting to lean towards drop. I think they're the same person. And we're going to dig a little deeper. Pop off, Con.
South, one of the Cherokee's tribe's most devoted chiefs. Yeah, man.
Because I seen some things, right? And we're going to dig on Con Drop's channel. We're going to get some of Dragon Canoe after this. We're going to find out, man, is this Elijah? Because we need to know this. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Hawa.
We got that. We're going to get back into this. We're going to get back there. But we're just talking Dragon Canoe, or we're just talking Hawata. Dragon Canoe, Tecumseh.
Hiawatha.
Remember, we're just talking the one who crosses, right?
Wah.
Tecumseh means resurrection, and in Algonquin, the word Tecumseh means goes through one place to another. We're just talking the Black Panther, right? I mean, we're just talking Waka, right? Or I was reminded of the Indian chief Tecumseh, Tecumseh, and wondered about the meaning of his name. A Google search brought up the Wikipedia entry, which says his name means shooting star. We're talking Comet, Prester, wait a minute, or Panther.
Got it.
Waka. This is the Black
Waka.
Panther, man. The
Wakada.
resurrection. The one who goes through one place to another.
We're talking immortal kings. Immortal kings go through portals, right? One place to another. These are priest kings, the order of Melchizedek. Let's go.
The cross is the cross. The Chickamauga Cherokee were a group that separated from the greater body of the Cherokee tribes during the American Revolutionary War. This is where the war started against the Chickamauga, who was breaking off, that didn't want to sign the treaties. The majority.
Chickamauga. That U is a W. Don't get it twisted. That U is a W.
The Chickamauga people wish to make peace with the American rebels, the invaders, the ones who were slicing and dicing all your mamas, all your sisters, all your cousins, all your...
All I'm asking is this Elijah? And he, right? Malachi 4, verse 6, and he will turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to the fathers, lest I come strike the earth with a curse. Now, what does this mean? How does this pertain to Tecumseh or Dragon Canoe? He united his people, right?
All your sons and daughters, they wanted to make peace with them. And the leader of the Chickamauga said, hell no.
Hell no.
1776, man, when you celebrate for 4th of July.
Man, look here, man. Me no surrender.
The destruction of the Chickamauga. Who are the Chickamauga? The Chickamauga followers of Headman Dragging Canoe.
There you go. Now, you got some sources saying they two different people, man. That's bullshit. But he was running with a pack of Presters. Meaning he had help.
Man, the mark, the sign, the covenant. The mark, the sign, the covenant.
Huh?
The mark, the sign, the covenant.
Huh?
Dragging Canoe, often called Tecumseh. Tecumseh means go through one place to another. Waka, panther across the sky. Come on, man, we're talking the Presters. Who is Prester John? Shooting star. What is a shooting star? Come on.
Let go.
What is a dragon?
Is this Elijah?
A shooting star, right? A fiery meteor.
Also, a fierce, violent person, male or female, as this man or woman is a dragon. Let's go.
What is a Prester, John? What is a Prester?
Wakada, to kindle or inflame, to burn. Let's go.
A meteor thrown from the clouds.
Hey.
A shooting star. So when it's a shooting star, you're talking a Prester, or you're talking a what? A dragon.
Let's go.
Disappeared? Wait, whoa. Whoa. What happened to this canoe? What happened to Hawata's canoe? Remember, Hawata, Abraham, contemporaneous, living at the same damn time, man.
How man.
Or the same guy, the same priest.
Let's get it.
Different titles, different times. For the main goal. Hawata miraculously disappeared in a white canoe, which arose with him in the air, man. Dragon canoe? Dragging canoe? Or dragon? Dragging or dragon? Dragging.
I'm going to have you focus on white canoe, because we're going to find out who Dragon Canoe is, right? Dragon Canoe. All right, con, y'all dodge your own hijack. Now, we're looking at this picture, right? Could this picture look a little more like, Y'all let me know, Or maybe this, you know? They did have a regiment called Wolf Clan that Dragon Canoe was running with. Could it look a little something like this right here, huh? Y'all let me know. Gunsini. Huh? Aha! Here we go. His alternate names were said to be Tecumseh. If I said that right, Savage Napoleon. And or Dragon, so-called by his what? Enemies. See, y'all think we playing? Drop Nation, we ain't playing. No. Chief Dragon Canoe was the son of Atakula, meaning little carpenter. And you wonder where they get the story from, Joseph being a carpenter, right? Atakula was Dragon Canoe or Dragon Canoe's father. So you see the phantom and duplication? JC's father was Joseph. He was a carpenter. Dragon Canoe's father, Atakula, was little carpenter, known as little carpenter. So you see that? That's how they do. Alright, dodge your hijack. You see how they lighten them up? But he still got the wah. What is the wah? The feathers, the valve, the wah. This is the security. It's a signature, you see? The Chickamauga Cherokee united over 2,000 warriors from the Carolinas, northern Alabama, Georgia, my home state, Virginia, Tennessee, and Kentucky. That nigga said Kentucky. Kentucky, mostly from the Wolf Clan. One of these incidents almost killed a young Nashville attorney and devil land snatcher named Andrew Jackson, which may explain his later attitude regarding the so-called Negro. Chief Dragon Canoe, opposed to selling of the Cherokee ancestral hunting grounds, warning the whites, right? The unlucky whites, that they were purchasing a dark and bloody ground. Alright, it says Chief Dragon Canoe crossed over to the spirit world one last time. Now, that tells me to disregard the rest of this. Heart attack my ass? No. He crossed over to the spirit world one last time. Is this Elijah? Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Hawa, and he will turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to the fathers, lest I, the Most High, come and strike the earth with a curse. Is this Elijah? Oh Jala, oh hey hoa. Huh? It was normal after each battle that the chief and his warriors danced and gave thanks to wow, huh? Huh? Y'all think it's a game, huh? We connecting dots at Drop Nation, huh? You just want to be an Indian, huh? And you don't want to show no respect to your mother and father above, huh? Wow. Huh? Alright. Now, Spiral, appreciate you for rocking with me. I got to get this from my IG page, man, because this YouTube channel is no longer available. And so we're going to get it from my IG. This is why IG comes in handy.
The United States and its allies, and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, and its dependent colonies in North America, and indigenous allies.
Understand that part of things going forward, but they can't hide what happened at 1812. The Mississippi River ran backwards
through one place to another. This is where the war started against the Chickamauga, who was breaking off. They didn't want to sign the treaties. The majority of the Chickamauga people wished to make peace with the American rebels, the invaders, the ones who were slicing and dicing all your mamas, all your sisters, all your cousins, all your priests. And the leader of the Chickamauga said, hell no.
Hell no.
That's another one of those names, Tecumseh. He sure comes up a lot.
Yeah, he does. And he had some prophecies where he stamped his foot, and the legend is that a river started flowing backwards in the United States and its allies.
Stomped his feet twice, and the Mississippi River flowed backwards. Well, let's dig on it.
Say these details to a greater or lesser degree, varying from account to account. Anyway, well, number one, violent shocks, being awakened by noise, etc., the ground shaking. So, what you might expect from an earthquake. Number two, awful noise. Number three.
Now, my man here, he doesn't want to attribute anything to the comet, but that's cool because we dodge all hijacks. Indeed, this is because of Tecumseh, the shooting star, which is a dragon.
Loud, distant thunder, hoarse and vibrating. 4. Complete saturation of the atmosphere by sulfurous.
Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet.
Vapor, causing total darkness, and the air was thick with something like smoke. Now that one stands out to me, and I don't know if I'll remember to cover it, but I don't know. If you're listening to this, does that sound like something that is typical of an earthquake? Sulfurous vapor causing total darkness? Just saying. Anyway, I won't dwell on it. Next point.
Please don't. Now, he wants to attribute everything to the earthquake, right? But we say it's the comet. The comet did all this shit.
Dreadful rapids on the Mississippi River. Number 6, destruction, which comes in the way of homes, chimneys being knocked over, glass shattered in homes, trees being fallen over. That's point 7. Number 8, there was lightning involved in these quakes. The ground rose and fell. That's
ground rose and fell. We're going to dig on the lightning too.
my point 9. And number 10, the Mississippi foamed and boiled like a cauldron. This is particularly during one of the accounts of the February 7th, 1812 quake. Okay, next point. The stream flowed backwards. Whether it did or whether it didn't seems to be contentious among some of the videos.
Oh man, go ahead on.
And things I've read, but in the least, the river was sloshing back and forth, and even in some cases creating almost types of waterfalls within the river where maybe the ground was raising up. Okay. Number 12, the earth was in a continual state of agitation. That comes from the Eliza Bryan account. Okay. Number 13, this is also from the Eliza Bryan account, that the surface of hundreds of acres of land was covered in sand from fissures. Now maybe I can sneak it in.
Can somebody say mud flood? Liquefaction? The liquefying of the ground?
To the video here, I remember just having looked it up in Christchurch in, I guess that's New Zealand. There's some pretty good pictures of what sand fissures and mud flooding and sand can do. Okay, number 14, last point, kind of the same idea. Sand blows. That seems to be a word they use. On entering the house, I saw a Bible lying open on the table. They informed me that the greatest part of the inhabitants in the neighborhood had fled to the hills on the opposite side of the river for safety, and that during the shock, about sunrise on the 16th, a chasm had opened on the sandbar opposite the bluffs below, and on closing again, had thrown the water to the height of a tall tree. They also affirmed that the earth opened in several places back from the river. One of the men, who appeared to be considered as possessing more knowledge than the rest, entered into an explanation of the cause and attributed it to the comet that had appeared a few months before, which he described as having 2 horns, over one of which the earth had rolled and was now lodged betwixt them, that the shocks were occasioned by the attempts made by the earth to surmount the other horn. If this should be accomplished, all would be well. If otherwise, light flashes and glows. The phenomena of what may be termed light flashes and glows seem so improbable that they would be dismissed from consideration, but for the considerable number of localities from which they were reported. Dillard, in speaking of the shocks, not especially the first one, says, "There issued no burning flames, but flashes such as would result from an explosion of gas or from passing of electricity from cloud to cloud." Lewis F.
Alright, my bad. Technical difficulties. Again, I gotta battle the heathen. Y'all give me a minute. What happened to my secure settings, huh? Y'all give me a minute. Hijack. Alright, we doing this real time. Let me get some music for y'all. Somebody just cut off my secure settings, so I'm gonna cut it back on. And this is the shit I got to go through. And keep in mind, I've seen the technology. I know how it works. I've been in this program for a minute. Okay. Alright, give me a minute. Alright, pop back off.
The shock was accompanied ever by anon by flashes of electricity, rendering the darkness doubly terrible. Another evidently somewhat excited observer near New Madrid thought he saw many sparks of fire emitted from the earth. At St. Louis, gleams of flashes of light were frequently visible around the horizon in different directions, generally ascending from the earth. In Livingston County, according to Mr. Riddick, the atmosphere previous to the shock of February 8 was remarkably luminous, objects being visible for considerable distance, although there was no moon. On this occasion, the brightness was general and did not proceed from any point or spot in the heavens. It was broad and expanded, reaching from the zenith on every side toward the horizon. It exhibited no flashes nor coruscations, but as long as it lasted, was a diffused illumination of the atmosphere on all sides. At Bardstown, there are reported to have been frequent lights during the commotions. At Knoxville, Tennessee, at the end of the first shock, 2 flashes of light at intervals of about a minute, very much like distant lightning, were observed. Farther cast, in North Carolina, there were reported 3 large extraordinary fires in the air. One appeared in the easterly direction, one in the north, and one in the south. The continuance was several hours, their size as large as a house on fire. The motion of the blaze was quite visible, but no sparks appeared. At Savannah, Georgia, the first shock is said to have been preceded by a flash of light. And just my own thoughts, but keep in mind that lightning in December is rare, which is when the New Madrid earthquakes started.
Come on, alright. And so when we say at Drop Nation that these dracons control the weather, well, just see for yourself. Huh? Huh?
Hawata miraculously disappeared in a white canoe, which arose with him in the air, man. Dragging canoe?
Huh? Let go. Canoe, huh? Dragging canoe. He arose with this canoe in the air. Now you know Nine Spiral all about visuals, right? Maybe something like this. Huh? Huh? This is in China, y'all. Y'all think it's a game. Drop Nation, we been on it, man. We got the drop. Rock with us, man. We connecting dots, you feel me? Y'all think it's a game. Nah. We're talking Prester, man. Huh? Alright. Well, we see White Owl, right? I even seen some references to White Raven, right? Even Drop said, Dragon Canoe. The canoe arose in the air. A white canoe, right? Watch this.